We're back on Get Up, and we will get back to our top story in a moment. But in other news, Michigan coach Jim Harbaugh is interviewing for the Vikings head coaching vacancy today, which is also National Signing Day in college football, which seems extraordinarily significant that he would not be in Ann Arbor, but rather be in Minnesota interviewing for this job on this day. So let me bring in Dan Graziano here. Dan, what can you tell us about the potential of Harbaugh coming back to the NFL?
Our Vikings reporter Courtney Cronin reports that interview was scheduled to start about 20 minutes ago. So Jim Harbaugh in Minnesota today to interview for this job. My understanding is it's the last of the second interviews in this round of interviews. They interviewed Patrick Graham, the Giants defensive coordinator, as well as the Rams offensive and defensive coordinators, each for a second time this week. Jim Harbaugh and the Vikings' new general manager, Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah, have a relationship. They spent some time together in San Francisco when Harbaugh was the head coach there. Adolfo-Mensah, when he got the job as Vikings GM, became very interested in hiring Jim Harbaugh, and it's entirely possible that could come together quickly depending on the results of today's interviews. So, yes, absolutely a possibility Jim Harbaugh ends up coaching the Minnesota Vikings in 2022.
All right, Dan, excellent. Thank you very much. I want to bring in Heather and Paul here. Whenever there's big college news, that's where we turn. Paul Finebaum and Heather Dinich, I'll start with you. Heather, the fact that he's doing this, that Harbaugh is there on National Signing Day, feels especially significant to me. What should we take from that, and how is the university reacting to it?
Well, Jim Harbaugh has been planning and preparing for this interview as if he's going to get this job, and Michigan is doing the same. I can tell you, as for the timing, Greeny, this is out of Harbaugh's control. He is operating on the NFL's timeline. The Vikings are in a very business-like manner. He was in the office on Monday, Tuesday. He's expected to be in the office later today. But Michigan is also going to give their offensive coordinator, Josh Gattis, a very good look as an internal candidate to replace him if he does not return. I spoke to a source this morning who said he thinks there's a very slim chance that Harbaugh returns. So the coaches are off today, National Signing Day. Their class is done. This is normal for them to be off. They're off through the rest of the week, but they could have an answer. They're waiting like everyone else. This staff could have an answer by the end of the day if this leaks out. And I've also been told that Harbaugh has been very transparent with the recruits that he has talked to and said, look, I love Michigan. I'm committed to Michigan. But if somebody offers to double my salary, I'm certainly going to listen to them.
All right, that's interesting. Paul Finebaum, what is your reaction to all this?
I think this goes back to a year ago, Greeny, when the University of Michigan called in Jim Harbaugh, cut his salary in half, and pretty much put him on the clock after a disastrous year. We all know he turned it around this year. He went to the college football playoff, losing to Georgia in the semifinal. If he doesn't get this job, it's inconceivable how he walks back into that building. And you mentioned National Signing Day. This is a celebration of high school football to go to college. Everyone has parties. Everyone has events. And the idea that Jim Harbaugh would creep back into that building today without that Minnesota job is almost unbelievable.
Well, so explain for anyone who may not fully understand the way the mere fact that he is interviewing for these jobs is going to be utilized against him by those he competes against.
Yeah, Greeny, that's really what is going to happen if he doesn't get the job. Can you imagine Ryan Day at Ohio State trying to turn a player from Michigan to Ohio State, saying your coach left that university on signing day to go trying to get another job? That's why I think he has to have this. I mean, if it was anyone but Jim Harbaugh, you would think it's a fait accompli. Can you imagine Nick Saban or Kirby Smart or Jimbo Fisher interviewing on this day without having the job? I think he has it. It seems inconceivable that he doesn't. But we're talking about Jim Harbaugh here, Greeny, and when we're talking about him, all bets are off.
And so, Heather, back to you quickly. You mentioned an internal candidate. If indeed Harbaugh does get this job, what should we expect to happen next?
Well, I think that, like I said, they take a long look at Josh Gattis, but they would probably also look at Matt Campbell, maybe Bill O'Brien. There are a lot of other coaches out there, especially with some NFL experience, that could come into the mix. But I will say this. I want to say what Paul said. If he does come back, there are people who think that it could be just fine. Remember, this is not atypical for Michigan. They went through this last year for very different reasons. 2-4. Nobody knew what was going to happen with him. He came back, and look what they did.
Well, let's see what winds up happening with it. With that said, Paul, who should they go after? If indeed he gets this Minnesota job, which the sense I get is most people think is going to happen. If he does wind up with the Vikings, who should the University of Michigan hire as their coach?
I think the short list ought to include Bill O'Brien, who's done very well in college at Penn State, of course, before the NFL. Another name to keep your eye on is Matt Rule. He has really done a terrible job at the Carolina Panthers, but he was brilliant in college football at Temple and Baylor. And a wild card possibly would be David Shaw. Remember, Harbaugh went Stanford to Michigan, and I think before he went Stanford to San Francisco to Michigan. I think he is an undervalued coach who a couple of years ago was one of the top 5 coaches in the country.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.